Okay guys, today, this guy. This chainsaw is practically new, okay? I mean, it doesn't look new, but I bought this brand new, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago. And what happened was, I have a sump pump in my basement, and while I was out on vacation, I had my mother at home watching my dogs and cats and stuff like that. So what happened is her husband went in my basement, tripped over the plug of the sump pump, so my basement flooded. Basically, so my saw was underwater for over a week. I mean, completely underwater. So when I got back and I saw it there, I didn't see it underwater because he somehow realized that the pump wasn't working and he plugged it back in. So it's never ran since. Okay, so we're going to get this running again. Hopefully it's not stuck. Oh, okay, it's got, as you can see, very good compression. We're gonna get it running again, and also I would like to try something that I saw on TikTok, a couple videos where they start this up, in an unconventional way. I don't believe it, but we'll try it out. We're gonna do like 2 different startups for it. One is again a channel, some girl called Chick Mechanic or something like that, and she shows how to start these high compression, hard-working saws to make it easier, because they are hard to start. There's so much compression. I've got the compression button here to help me out, but anyways, we'll get into that. But so I would suggest that you stick around till the end, because that last starting procedure is really something I've never seen before, and we want to see if it actually does work. But before we get into this, I would like to speak to you about something that is going on in my life, where this is the reason why I haven't been working on any big projects or really time-consuming material. So we'll get into this. My video might cut off because I'm having a hard time with this situation, but I'll tell you about it. Okay, so what I was saying is that lately I have as many of you know, I have a West Highland white Westie dog. My dog is always with me. You see, he's at the end of his life. Sorry about that. So basically, my Westie is at the end of his life. He lately has been, he's been acting kind of weird. He's been, he's been sniffing like this and coughing. So one day he's always with me, so I brought him. I brought him to go pick up some food, and he passed out in the car, which was odd because I've never seen that. so at the time, at the moment, I didn't think that he passed out. Actually, I thought he just stumbled and rolled over in the back seat. So when I got home, he walked out of the car. Everything seemed to be normal. I mean, he's always peeing on everything that he sees. So he was peeing on everything that he saw. And we went up into the house, and when we got inside, he fell over on his side, and he fainted. So it scared the hell out of me, because just last year I went through that with my wife's dog. My wife's dog was very old, and she had heart problems, and she would do that every once in a while. But I mean, she was much worse than he is. So anyways, that being said, I was afraid, and I brought him to a first veterinarian. She didn't do much, she just she didn't do much. She just charged me money. So basically, I went to my regular veterinarian because I can only have access to this guy a couple days a week. So when I went there, he checked him out, and he said, basically, his heart was skipping beats. So it would beat like 2 or 3 times, slow, and then it would stop, and then it would kick in and beat 5 or 6 times, and then beat regularly. So he had an irregular heartbeat. So he said that it could be this, could be that, it could be a million things, and what we would need to do is have a scan of his heart done. So, as you all know, I mean, anything having to do with specialists is a fortune, right? And my dog, his name's Mateo. He's 12 years old. So he has a life expectancy of between 12 and 14 years old. So what the hell am I supposed to do? I'm going to what? Tell them, yeah, go right ahead, and $1,800 later, they tell me, yeah, he definitely has a heart problem. What good is that? I mean, so even if they pinpoint the problem, and they say, well, we can put a pacemaker, or we could operate on him. All right, fine. So I'm now $2,000 down the road, and what? I mean, are you guys going to add 10 years to his life? I don't think so. I mean, I've been through that. I'm 60 years old. I've had a few dogs in my life. So that's where I am right now. So I asked the doctor, listen, do you have any medication that he could take that'll straighten out his heartbeats and make them more regular? And he says, well, yeah, we could try something. Give him this, and you come back on Tuesday, which is this Tuesday coming up. We're Sunday now, so in 2 days I need to go. So basically, I've been with my dog for right now 24/7. I mean, I don't work. Besides this, I don't work, so I'm retired. Anyways, we're going to see on Tuesday what's going on. I might have to take a decision. This isn't easy. This guy, as a lot of you know, I owned a injection molding business. I had an injection molding department and a mold making department for 25 years. He would come to work with me every single day. Everywhere I go, I mean, we have some land. He comes with me. He comes on my excavator. He gets on my tractors. He loves getting on ATVs, side by sides. He comes on my boat. He's always with me, okay? Not because he's super fun to be with, because he's very stubborn and he's the boss. He's a little bit macho, but he's just such a good dog. So let me tell you how I got this dog. Before him, I had a miniature schnauzer, and she was my baby. And after 15 years, we had to put her down because of a heart problem. So I said, I'll never have another dog. Forget it. It's too painful. And maybe, I don't know, 6 months or a year later, one of my workers brought a paper that she picked up from a bulletin board. You know, one of those papers where there's like little slits and the phone numbers are on those slits, and you just rip them off. And so she brought the whole paper down, and she said, this is your next dog. So I see this guy, Mateo, in the photo. I don't know how somebody could do this. He's just sitting there all proud looking at the camera, and they're taking a picture to get rid of him. So anyways, that night, I went down to meet the owners, and so from what I could tell, as I got there, in front of the house, there was a rope tied to one of those columns in front of the door, and that was basically his activity of the day. Is they would tie him up on the rope, and then he can go and piss and shit right in front of the house, and that was it. So I asked him how much does he walk, and he told me that he, not really, because he was impossible to walk. He barks at everybody, and he's pulling his leash like a sled dog, and it was just a horrible experience for them to walk him. So here's a dog, a terrier, which needs exercise like but he's not walking. So okay, fine. I mean, I'm not afraid of walking. So, and then I say, so what do you guys, I'm thinking that maybe the lady stays at home or something. Somebody's staying at home. And he says, I just feel bad because he's in his cage all day, and sometimes up to 12 hours. So he had this 24 by 36 cage where they would put him in there in the morning, go off to work on their merry way, and he would just wait for them in that cage all day long. And he would lick himself all day, and I don't know what else you do in a bloody cage. So they said that it's not a life, and we'd like to get rid of him. Thank God for that. So Mateo was, I would say, about 5.5 years of age. So I remember he was always around me. I mean, he was just always around me. He was leaning on my leg, and I sat down on the stairs while I was talking to these people, and he just laid there and put his head on my lap. So the young girl that was there, their daughter, said, I could see her nodding like as if this is it. He's our match. And so I told them, if you guys are willing, if you guys trust me, I'll try him out. I'll try him out for a week. I mean, I didn't want to, You know, I have cats. You know, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but I have like 10 or 11 cats. My wife is a cat maniac. So, you know, and these are all cats that we picked up at work because we were in an industrial park and people would abandon their cats. So, out of these 10 cats, we picked up all 10 for sure. Abandoned. We'd have them neutered, and there's at least another 10, 8 or 10 that we didn't pick up because they you know, we couldn't. So we trapped them in a you know, in a one of those automatic cages, you know. We trapped them in that, and we had them neutered, and then we let them go. You know, they were just like alley cats. I mean, they were wise as hell. So we let them go. I mean, what do you want to do? I can't have 250 cats at home. I'm not even allowed to have 10. So, and I have 10 only because I've recently lost 2 of them. So, by old age. Anyways, to get back to Mateo, what happened is I brought him home, and I started walking him, and I can tell, man, he needed to walk, this dog. He was like, he was gonna explode. And the first week, I figured, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna keep him because he's a growler. Okay, he's like a Wolverine, man. He's big. He's, you know, and he growls a lot. And you pass by his bowl, and he'd growl and show his teeth and be super aggressive, but you'd bend down and take the bowl or something, or just move it, and he wouldn't do anything. Or he'd steal your socks. Oh man, you know, try and get those back. Forget it. He growls, and it's like as if he's gonna kill you, but he's just a baby. I mean, he's never done anything. So I came to realize that, you know, I ignored him every time he would do that, but that was a game for him. And so I kept him. And throughout the years, well, he just, like, you know, like first day, I mean, he just stuck with me, and that was it. I bring him to work every single day. In 2023, we sold the company, and from there on, it started going downhill. He's like, you know, what the hell's going on? Where are we going? I mean, what are we doing today? We're staying at home? This is ridiculous, you know? Stuff like that. And then he, you know, slowly, he no longer wanted to walk. And by the way, you know, they were saying that they couldn't walk him because he'd pull like a sled dog. And all the time that I've had him, I've walked him with no leash at all. I mean, he just is a super good dog. So anyways, the end is near. I have to face up to it. I'm going to do what needs to be done. But this is the reason that I'm just a little bit slower lately. We're going to tackle this project today. It's just to keep my mind off things because honestly, I can't concentrate. I'm just every time he moves, I look, and you know, I'm afraid that he's gonna have a seizure, or he's gonna have a heart attack or something like that. It's hell right now. It's hell. So yeah. So I often refer to him as my crew, my team. So please. Well, we're going to take a drive. Some of you are big believers, so pray for my team. So, you know, hold on a minute. I'm sure some of you are thinking, you know, get over it, dude. It's just a dog. I understand. It is just a dog. But you know how many times he's made me laugh? You know, just by seeing him being what he is. I mean, this dog, again, the, what is it? The West Highland White Terrier, the Westie. If you want a family dog, man, this is him. He loves kids. He loves other animals, cats, anything. He doesn't have a good way of showing it, but he's a family dog. He really is. So, life is hard sometimes. And I'll tell you one thing. Out of every being I know in life, he's extremely faithful. Never lies. Doesn't judge, ever. That says something for only a dog. All right, guys. So they say that prayer helps the person that's in bad condition. So pray for my guy. That's all I can ask. I'll keep you updated with this. I don't want to make a soap of this channel. I just wanted you guys to know what's going on. I mean, this is real life. We all have something that we're dealing with, but we have to move on. So let's move on. Thanks for listening. Okay, I'm not even going to try to start this thing because, I mean, it hasn't ran in like, I'd have to say 5 years. I found another one in the garbage, actually. What is it? A home light. A little cheap home light. That bloody thing works all the time. It's amazing. So that's why I haven't fixed this one. I mean, this one works. When it runs, it ran really, really well. So, of course, this is my preferred one. Sometimes we just don't have the time. So we're gonna go through the carb on this. Clean it out best we could. Actually, it's the opposite. The stop is not up, it's down. So. Jesus, there's a lot of stuff in there. A lot of gas. Yeah, it's firing. A lot of gas coming out of there. Holy Jesus. if you guys could see this. Got some crap there. Looks like a bug. So let's get that plug back in there. It's very wet. So I think I got all of the gas out of it. So this chainsaw, I don't know, I think I paid like $500 for it 10 years ago. And I mean, when I had it, I had no issues with it at all. Until that incident happened. And then it was always just a big problem getting it started, so I just I put it aside and figured someday I'd get back to it. And well, life being what it is, you don't always have the luxury of time. Now, I kinda sorta do. I'm retired, so I need to fix my stuff, get my things back in order, you know what I mean? This is, I think this is a 50cc machine. Yeah, I think that's what it is, 50 cc's. So it's considered a heavy duty, you know, for the professional wood cutting guy or gal. Okay, there. Everything looks fine there. lost what was at the end of that. Let's get some petrol. Should be enough. I'm going to buckle it up and bring you back. Okay. So on TikTok, mechanic chick says to slowly pull the crank or the pull cord a couple of times, slowly, and then give it one good blast, and it should start up. So let's try it. That's my first method. Because they have so much compression, they're just very hard to get going. So we'll do what she says. There. Okay. And one good snap. Oh, look at that. The other method is, I'd like to see this work. They pull it out completely. Holy Jesus, that's got a lot of compression. Okay, and they let it go. So that doesn't work. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Yeah, that's not true. Okay, so let's try it out. Okay, so I've got it tuned up right now. Let's see if that starting procedure works now. I think it was Wrangler Star or something like that I saw it on his video. So let's try it out again. Put it on start. Pull the cord all the way. Okay, and let go. Try it again. Let go. No. Was tuned. A minute ago. Here. How about now? I'm out of gas. Yeah, I'm out of gas. I didn't have much gas in it. But there you go, folks. She works. So that's my video for today. Hope to see you in the next one. I'll give you an update on my crew, what has happened. Going to see my doctor or veterinarian on Tuesday. So I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.